So, Janet, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Janet Stavrides. I've been a DPCA member for only about 6 years now, I think, but I've been in Dobermans for 45. I just never realized how beneficial it would be to be part of the DPCA or to be part of a all breed club or a chapter club. Um, and My first Dobermans were just pets. I mean, we just had a good time. They were just lovely pets, a lot of fun. And I decided to start trying to do some showing. And when I started, you needed 45 dogs to get a 3-point major. So that didn't go very well, as I was not really interested in hiring a professional. I wanted to do it myself. Well, that went by the wayside. Um, and then I stopped showing, and it was just me and my dogs for a while. And got two dogs right now. One's 8.5 and one's 3.5. And I'm on my way to nationals again as scent work chair.
What got you started in scent work with Dobermans?
Well, my first bitch that I did scent work with was like 3 years old when I got the puppy dog, and I took him to a puppy kindergarten class. And after the puppy kindergarten class was over, the instructor in that said, "Oh, there's a scent work class starting up." And I said, "What's that?" And she said, "Oh, you should do it. The dog will really like it." And I'm like, "He's 6 months old. I'm not sure I really wanted to do that." So I decided to take my bitch, who was 3, and it took her a while to get the hang of it. She was kind of like not understanding what it was all about. And it finally, the light bulb went on. Now I'm my third dog in scent work. So it was I just kind of stumbled into it. And it's been the best thing because it's just so good for all dogs. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what their ability is, what their age is, what their size is. It works for everybody. So
What's one thing people might not know about your sport?
it's really good for dogs who have anxiety issues
Oh,
and dogs who are uh, environmentally sensitive and things like that, because once they really get into the sport, once they really realize how much fun it is, they kind of, those inhibitions kind of go by the wayside. And when
mhm.
they're working, that stuff doesn't usually bother them. Some dogs it still does. If dog has a really bad problem, it doesn't fix. But some dogs it really helps. And we also have deaf dogs and blind dogs that
Yeah.
compete. And it's just amazing to watch these dogs compete and watch their owners who have learned to handle them with their disabilities and still do well. I know of one in particular who was not a Doberman, just a mixed breed, who was deaf and had limited sight. He just finished his elite championship not too long ago with
That's incredible.
NAW, and that's an incredible feat for that dog to do. So
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Awesome. It's really, especially with dogs that can be anxious, that's really nice to know that this is something that, they may
it
really
is.
thrive in.
It really works well, and I mean, I know dogs who are 13 years old that just start doing nose work because it's something you can do with your retired breed dog, with your retired
Yeah.
obedience dog. When obedience and agility and stuff like that gets to be too much for the dog, scent work is this calm, easy thing to do, and the dogs love it. They love it. I mean, they've got noses, they love it.
What do you love most about training with your Doberman?
The time I get to spend with them. Just it's all about the dog and me. We're in our own zone when we're training and when we're trialing, and it's just a lot of fun. It's just nice to know that the dog and I are a team, and he or she looks to me to tell them if when they let me know that, then they say, like, "This is where it is, mom," and if I call alert and the judge says yes, then they get food. So they get a treat, and they're like, in some of the pictures I sent, you can see tongues out, because they know they found the odor and they know that the food is coming. I just like the time we have together, and the camaraderie that I have with the other teams that I'm training with or that I'm trialing with. It's a very close knit group of people.
What's been your proudest moment in competition so far?
That's a tough one because I've got a couple, but the Nike, um, she was in her very first elite trial. She won it. She was first. She was placed first. So you can place, but it doesn't just because you're second or third doesn't mean you don't get the same things as the first
Mm-hmm.
gets. And she was first place in her very first elite trial. So that was really very exciting. Um, but she passed away before she was able to finish her elite champion, which would have taken another 600 points. But Bogey finished his elite championship in February, and I made that a memorialized Nike and said,
Yeah.
he did this for Nike. So
Yeah.
and now Pringle's on just getting ready to start her elite journey.
Oh,
So
wow.
I guess just getting to the elite championship. Now that's NACSW, it's not AKC. Now in AKC, Bogey has he's working on his detective. He has his scent work master overall. And Nike never got to finish that either because she passed before she finished that. So Bogey's is high. He's working on his detective now, but detective, you don't have to have detective to be, considered a scent work master. And
What advice would you give someone who wants to try this sport with their Dobermans?
first off, just do it.
Hmm.
Do it. You'll love it. You got to find it. You have to find a trainer. And the best way to do that is to talk to other people that you know that do scent work and find out who they trial with if they're in the same, or who they train with if they're in the same area as you. If they're not, most times somebody who's really into scent work can help you find a trainer. So you need to find a trainer. I know some people who have done it by themselves,
Hmm.
and their dogs do fine. Um, you can get online. There's Fenzi Dog Sports, I think it's called, has
Hmm.
online training for scent work, and I know a lot of dogs that have gone through that and done well. Um, but just be prepared to have fun, and it's all about fun. It's hard when you see some of these people that get too uptight,
Yeah.
like they missed a hide and then they get mad, and it's just supposed to be fun. Just remember, you're always going home with the best dog.
What makes the Doberman special for this sport in your experience?
Um, well, they're really smart. We all know they're super smart dogs, and they want to please. They really want to please, and they want to be with you. So if this is another way of them to get to spend a day with you, because generally when you go to a trial, you're there for the whole day. They just, and they're a nice size. So the smaller dogs, it's harder if the hide is high, because some of the hides can be 4 feet or higher, and they're hard to find for the smaller, not hard, but it's more difficult for the smaller dogs. And if they're really tall dogs, it's harder for them to find the low hides because
Hmm.
they have to bend over and put their head way low. So Dobermans are right in the middle. So it kind of works to that, works that advantage. Um, and I would say I've really never run into anybody at scent work who is afraid of a Doberman because it's a Doberman.
What are you most excited about for this year's national, or what has been your favorite memory from a past national?
Okay, well, let's see. Pringle, my 3 year old, 3.5 year old, went. This is the whole reason why I started. Really, the whole reason why I started to go to nationals was that I had a puppy who was futurity nominated. We went out with Pringle, and it got her professional. Her handler was going out. She was in 4 classes, and she placed in 3 of the 4 classes, which is like really phenomenal for a 6-month-old
Mm-hmm.
puppy to go for 3 of 4 classes to play. And they were all the classes had 14 puppies in it, so it wasn't small. So that's probably was my favorite memory, but I'm really excited. But they're both going to be in the scent work trial that I'm
Hmm.
chairing, and so I'm excited about the trial and hope it goes off well again. This is only the third year that they've had one.
So, what will you be competing in at the national this year, and what will you do to prepare?
Well, like I said, I'm going to be competing in the scent work trial, but I'm also the chair, so I'll be really very busy doing other things. My dogs will be in their crates. Somebody will say, "Janet, you're up." I have to run, get my dog, and go. But I try to volunteer in in every aspect that I can while I'm out there. Once the scent work trial is over on Wednesday, then I'm free to do other stuff the rest of the time. But I got some I got St. Rocco's to send sample bags out for the welcome bags, uh, and I'm going to help stuff the bags. Probably I help at the weighs because I like to watch the dogs at the weighs, and I like to
Mhm.
help, be one of the people in the thing doing. I usually do the can. That's what they
Mhm.
almost always. But getting ready is for the scent work trials is just continuing to train my dogs, and trial them and such. They have trials like a weekend before we're going to be out at the national. So I try to keep it fresh, try to keep them thinking about what they're doing. So
Excellent. Cool. Is there anything else that you would like to just, no formal questions? Is there anything else that you would just like to kind of on your own get out there?
yeah, anybody who has any interest at all, even the minorest interest, if you come to nationals, please stop by where the scent work is going on, because you can watch almost everything except for generally the interior's not, because there's not enough space to have another person in the enclosed room. But they can watch the exteriors, the containers, the buried, and they're more than welcome to volunteer. And volunteering and helping is the best way to learn what they're getting into if they want to do it. That would be great, and I really think that's a helpful thing that they should come over and check it out. But if you're coming to nationals, just enjoy it. Just it's so much fun. There's just so much going on, and it's never bored. There's always something to do, and so hopefully people will come.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Shannon. I appreciate your time. If there's anything else that you think of after, just let me know.
Okay,
But I appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me.
great.
Well, thank you so much.
Welcome.